The crypto market's in a really crazy spot. The fear with regards to Bitcoin, with regards to altcoins, with regards to whether or not we're still in a bull market is at one of the higher points of the season. I'd actually like to argue that right now, because of all these major sales, the FUD is at one of the highest points in many, many months, if not in a couple years. It's crazy. I almost don't know what to tell you. I know obviously why people are very upset and why the price probably is dumping, but I'll tell you one more thing. Me personally, I'm not really too worried, and I know that might sound strange to people. They think, Dusty, you're not worried, but the price just dropped like $6,000 over the last few days, like 10% over the last 2 or so days. And my counter to that is yes, the price is down a significant amount, and I know for some people that might hurt. But for the position that I'm in, all I do is make sure the lower it goes, the more I stack up. Right now at 57, I feel pretty comfortable knowing even if it goes down to 44, I'm going to have a field day buying at those levels because ultimately my plan is to hold for a significantly long time. And in that, it doesn't really matter where it goes. Anyway, if you are wondering, yes, we went below $57,000 just today. Some of the lower prices that we touched were just checking it out here, $56,600 on some exchanges. If you were able to buy at those levels, congratulations to you, because right now we're back up to 58. And let me just quickly check. A little bit earlier, we were also at 58.2. So you could have actually sold already for a significant profit in just those few hours. And that's actually, like I said a while back, I'm sorry for the crazy lighting here. I'm trying to work something out. If you just consistently buy down lower, it is almost impossible to not be profitable on that leg upwards. Anyway, if we're wondering what made our prices dump, an article here states that it most likely has been Mt. Gox starting to repay creditors. Edwards wrote on July 2nd, the entire history of the Bitcoin chart has disappeared because an enormous sum of Bitcoin moved on chain. 10 times more than at previous highs, $9 billion, but by who? Mt. Gox. It looks like those distributions really are coming. And he then pinpoints it's hard to reflect that. As you can see, hopefully some crazy orange line right there. I have to figure out a better way to show you guys things on this iPad from my phone, but it'll do for right now. Anyway, if you take a look at that number, is the Bitcoin spent volume lifespan 7 to 10 years. They're trying to say that right now, and I'll read this actually, more than $9.4 billion worth of Bitcoin is owed. And apparently, since they've been waiting 10 years for it, right now they're all dumping it. The reason I say that's kind of unlikely is because it doesn't necessarily seem like the Mt. Gox people have gotten it yet. And I think we would have known if they did. If they did all of a sudden have $9 billion, I think we would have seen it in every single headline. But no, for the most part, it's just up and coming, and people are fearful of it. But it's not been a single day dump or anything crazy like that. And I guess from some perspective, we cannot fully know what's happening in the background. But then again, because it's a bankruptcy procedure of sorts, right? People are finally getting money. I think most of it is going to be very, very public, which is kind of negative, kind of positive. Negative because that means even more fear when these guys dump more. On the contrary, it's kind of positive, meaning it's not what it is. And at the end of the day, it doesn't matter that much because it's all already priced in. Then again, what is not priced in fully is there we go, if I can share it that way, the German government selling Bitcoin. Right now, the articles that are popping up, and I quote, update, the German government is selling up to $175 million worth of Bitcoin in the past 2 hours, and this is like a few hours ago. In the past 2 hours, the German government has moved 1,300 Bitcoin, about $80 million to exchange deposits, Kraken, Bitstamp, Coinbase. They've also moved $100 million to a specific address. These funds are likely moving to a deposit for an institutional service or OTC. If you don't know what OTC means, it means over the counter. And even guys like, grab it again, Justin's son, it might actually also be the wrong way around. I might mirror it. But even guys like Justin's son are now starting to say, you know what? We will actually buy up your Bitcoin for you. So you don't have to keep dumping it on the market, because supposedly the big dump right now is Germany. They're causing the prices to dump because they're just going ham. So Justin Sun said, I am willing to negotiate with the German government to purchase all Bitcoin off market in order to minimize the impact on the market. That's how serious he is. We all know Justin Sun is a bit of an attention man, but oppositely, I do believe he would actually do it, partially because it would gain him some crazy credibility, but also because how much have they got that they really want to sell? $1 billion? Theoretically speaking, Justin could buy it and then dump it himself, but get a ton of publicity. It's a pretty good deal for him. Ultimately, also, though, I think the push in terms of price could be, if he plays the game smart, he actually longs, then gets into this deal saying, oh, no public selling pressure. We are buying all the Bitcoin and locking it away for 5 years. The price would probably get a crazy pump going, maybe 4 or 5, maybe even 10% in a few days. If he longs it with significant size, he could actually make his money back purely off of the buying announcement. Now, some people are kind of cynical in the comment section. That's because he'll probably not do it. And I don't think the German government is going to just react to a tweet like that. But I guess the fact that he's offering it is pretty good, pretty cool. And apparently, they're holding $2.3 billion in Bitcoin. So that will definitely be pretty hard. Anyway, Plan B, 4 minutes ago, shared, yes, the German government is selling 50,000 Bitcoin, of which 10,000 have already been sold. Mt. Gox has given 142,000 Bitcoin back to investors. Some may sell, again, right around this month. He didn't say this, but we also have the Ethereum ETF coming this month, probably. Plan B says, however, I see nothing in the data that indicates structural weakness in Bitcoin markets. He then shares a little chart. You don't have to see it. The idea just being, yeah, there are some negative factors, but longer term, the broader theory, not that much has changed in terms of structure, in terms of anything. It's mostly just people's emotions taking over on the, in my opinion, very, very short term, but usually this gets flushed out pretty quickly. Some guy says they've got about 40,000 Bitcoin left, the German government. Just kind of scrolling through a couple of different things here to see if there was any new update in the past couple of minutes, because obviously when I'm recording it like this, it is all just one take. So I want to make sure that whenever I do give a little update here, that nothing crazy happened over the last 3 minutes. Like we just saw Plan B's post a minute ago. Right now, Bitcoin fell below $58,000. Again, I'm seeing some articles of whale speculation. People saying, oh, this might be who's dropping, this might be who's selling. Some crazy articles about the Bitcoin price dropping for the first time in 2 months with these significant numbers. I read a little bit more about some crypto hack. I'm reading now about 5 hours ago, a Uniswap related wallet transferred 2.4 million uni to Coinbase Prime. Man, over the last couple of hours, the amount of fear articles has been through the roof. And if I look at my comment section as well, the fear is really, really high. But it's also quite logical when we're at lows we've not seen in a few months. And it's I guess the trend is the best thing I can call it. When everybody else is bearish, people like to also be bearish, right? Again, on my channel here, I don't really do that too much, except for some crazier altcoins. But with these type of things, ladies and gentlemen, I just stay excited and bullish because I believe that's still the part of the cycle that we're in. And I don't think anybody can convince me otherwise. But yeah, that's about it.